Here we are in the second half of the week, Thursday night. It is 7:33, and I went to the business presentation over in Fort Worth today, which for those of you who are listening, that's a great business presentation. It's a very nice venue. I'll find the name of it in a second, over in Fort Worth. But the caliber of presenters over there is really good. It's like, it was all ECs who were presenting, but it's in this fantastic restaurant called, I think it's Reata, I think it's called, Reata. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, I think it is, but I'm pretty sure it'll be in the Power Zone. But it's a great business presentation. It's a really nice setting. If you have business owners that want to take a look at the business, it's a great place to go. As I say, great presenters up there in the all ECs, and the food's great. A real good venue. I was closing there today, and we had a good turnout. So yeah, very impressive. But anyway, so I'm not going to be at the business presentation while I'm on the phone with Janet at 7:30, and that's what we need to do next. Let's bring Janet onto the call. Regional consultant Janet James, are you there, my lovely?
Yes, I am.
Hello there. You were telling me just before we got recorded you'd had a bit of a day.
Yes. Went to work, just hit it all the way, and then I met Paul and my other consultant for lunch, which took about an hour and a half, and I went back. I walked next door to where I work and went right back to work and just got home at 7 o'clock. But I did try to make some calls tonight, and I didn't get anybody on the phone, but I did try to make some calls.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It is okay. Great. Well, the fact you made 3 calls is great. And the thing is, I'm happy you are vulnerable. For those who are listening in, I've had a lot of good comments about our calls. By the way, Janet, a lot of people are getting a lot of great coaching for this, and it is because you're prepared to be so vulnerable and share the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything, because that's what we all need to hear. And, sometimes we all have a day. It's one of those days you're like, my gosh, I am just ready to curl up in a corner somewhere with a good book and a little cuddly teddy bear and just kind of forget the world for a while. And sometimes you have days like that. But that's why having a system like this is great, because if you have a day like that, it's okay, because you can kind of chat with your accountability partner who's there to encourage, certainly in no way to chastise, that's not what we do, but to get back on the horse and be, going again with it tomorrow. I mean, it's like if you're on a diet and you have for some reason you're weak and you go and have a nice pizza or a nice bar of chocolate or something, and, but that's just for one day. And that's okay. And when you've got accountability like this, it gets you back on track real quick. So the 3 calls that you did, what calls were they that you made today?
Okay, I called Sharon back, which, she's my friend. She's real open, but she didn't answer the phone. But I left her the second day message. I called back Julie, and she didn't answer the phone. So I'm going to get my husband to kind of put a bug in Zach's ear and say, hey, when would be a good time for Janet to call Julia? Just see if I can get, that pinned down. They're probably young families with kids, and, they're busy, and, that's not important to them like it is to me. And then I called Patricia back, Pat, and I left all of them the second day message. And so that's what I did.
And
today.
That's great. Again, isn't it great to have, kind of like a system to the number of voicemails you have, rather than just it being a never-ending number? It's great to know, okay, I'm second call in, isn't it? It's a good feeling, right?
Yeah, and, after the third and fourth, then, like you said, just purge them on to another time, and that way I'm not worried about them. And I'm not worried that I'm bothering them, but it helps me be on control of my business, and so I can put them on, the purge, the drip list, and then not worry about them, until whatever down the road. Yeah,
and the fact that it's called the purge call is for exactly that reason. Is what we want to do is to make sure we get the few things we need to do done every week, and that's done in a couple of ways. First of all is to have structure. Secondly is to have accountability. But third is to have that purge. because you can have all the structure and all the accountability you like, but if the same names keep coming up and again, you're not moving forward. And it's not, when we purge someone, it's not that they've gone forever. It's just that, obviously their timing isn't right now. So, if they've looked at the business, we'll purge them for, 6 months. If they've looked at the business and the timing was wrong. But if we've tried to reach them and 4 calls didn't make it, then we'll do a 2-month or a 3-month purge, and they'll come back on the list in 2 or 3 months. But it gets your plate clean and clear for making a call for someone that could be, ready to go right now. So, yeah, it's quite right. It gives you that control back in your business, and it just says, okay, I know what to do with this person, rather than constantly calling and becoming a nuisance to them and losing all your power yourself. Mm-hmm. So, well said. That's absolutely right. Now, so they're the 3 calls we did today. I know you've had a big day, but what I want to do, and I kind of texted you today, as fulfilling my role as your accountability partner, I want to make sure that we get the 10 invites done, or as near as we can. And bearing in mind we've had a couple of hold-ups, let's see if we can make tomorrow a little bit of a better day. And you may also have to do a little bit on Saturday as well to make up for a couple of the days where we didn't get the calls made that we needed to do. And again, that's not in any way any kind of punishment or anything like that. I do want everyone on the call to understand that I'm just being Janet's accountability partner. I'm just doing what she asked me to do to make sure that she can get ahead. And I think at the beginning of the week, Janet, I said the one thing I want to do for you more than anything else is to give you a better posture in your invite, so you feel happier and more comfortable in doing your invite. So even if that's one of the major tasks that we do this week, then I think that's been a successful week as well. But if you're able to put, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm hogging the conversation.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll finish and then I'll ask you.
Okay, cool. So the only thing is if you could do, just see if you can find some more time for tomorrow, and as I say, maybe borrow a little bit of time on Saturday. And is Saturday the Sabbath for you?
No, Sunday.
Okay, cool. All right. I know I have a few people in my team who can't work on, from sun up to sundown on Saturday, but no, so that's great. If you're able to, catch up a little bit on Saturday as well, that would be great, so we can have a good call on Sunday when we debrief the whole week for everybody else to listen in. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead.
Well, I do want to share what happened today at lunch, because I think it's pretty phenomenal. My friend Paul, who's been on my chicken list, I called him yesterday, and then we decided we'd meet today. And he's just a nice person, so I think he was just being nice to me, But my other consultant, which he is over the Homeland Security for Collin County, he's my consultant, and he has 4,000 people in his phone, but he's just busy, and I can't get him to slow down. So anyway, I called him and said, because they're best friends, come meet us. And he said, okay. So they both met me today, and it was really funny because when we started out, Paul was kind of, he's being nice and kind of looking, but the more I kind of talked to him about it, he said, is this the Thompsons from Dallas? And I said, yes. And anyway, he was telling me a real estate partner that he used to have did all their real estate. So anyway, by the end of the time, he said, I'll take a look. And he took the magazine, and I gave him the credibility document. So I felt really good about that I got somebody to sit down with me, and that, I think they probably just did it because they're nice and been my friend. But I felt like when they walked away that they really felt like, that they really wanted to see what this was.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, you're absolutely right. And this is the thing is, here we are inviting people to take a look, and sometimes we look in the mirror and think, oh, I can't invite that person, or I can't invite that person. But it doesn't matter. No matter who you are, whether you're an 18-year-old straight out of school or whether you're a super experienced business owner, the opportunity is still the same. And it's still, I think, the best business opportunity out there. It's not perfect, but I do not know a better one. And in fact, Darren McClure says, show me a better one, and I'll take a look. Show me a better one. I have not seen a better opportunity. So speaking to what you're saying there, it doesn't matter who's showing the plan, how you feel about yourself about showing the plan, or anything. The business is still as great an opportunity as it is. And everybody on the call needs to remember that. We've got, I know we're going to have people listening who are, very inexperienced employee types that have not done anything like this, all the way to business owners. It doesn't matter who's showing it. The opportunity is still the same. And that's why you did such a great job today, Janet, getting those two guys to look, your current consultant, obviously to kind of remind him how great this is, but also for Paul. He's been on your chicken list and, he'll be nice and blah, blah, blah. But as you say, this is such a great business opportunity that anyone with the right intelligence will really give this a hard look. It may or may not be something they got that's the right timing, but the right person will see this for how great it is. So good for you. You're right. I'm glad you brought that up on the call. That was good to bring it up. Because even if someone's kind of doing you the favor and being nice, that does not take away from what this business is, and the right person could see it, and it could be something that Paul wants to do and join your business, Janet. So good for you, lovely.
Yeah. Well, it just reminds us that to do the system, and I really appreciate you, Richard, for helping us, for having a servant heart and helping other people, because you're successful. You don't have to do this, but you're very kind to help us as we come along. And so I just want to throw that out there that, just go for it. And, and then my other consultant, Kelly, he said, well, I got to go home and make my list out. And I said, okay, I've heard that before, but go ahead and do it.
Well, what you want to do with Kelly is get him plugged into the Purge Call. What I found, what I'm doing now with the success of the Purge Call, I went to my team in my EC code and I said, okay, guys, I'm going to put myself out there. For anyone in my EC code who wants to do the Purge Call with me every week, I'm open. But there's only 5 spots. And they filled up immediately. And every one of those 5 are having really good success because they're doing the few things they need to do every week. And they've got to be accountable, not for just 1 week like we're doing, Janet. They're doing it every week. So what you may want to do with Kelly is exactly the same thing and say, look, I'm prepared, I've had success in this. I've already promoted in this. I'm prepared to give you my time and help you until you promote all the way through to the same level that I'm at. And say, but this is what it means. It means on Sunday we get together for an hour. On Monday you're going to do a couple of calls, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but every day you're also going to call me. And so, for example, Janet, my week now, I've got my 5 folks, and I picked 5 because I need 5 ECs for me to get to NC. My Sunday is 5 hours with each one of them, setting up their 10 calls for the list, 10 calls for the week. But here's the thing that's really interesting, and you can start with Kelly, but you can get yourself, you don't need to have 5, you only need to have 3 because we're getting you from RC to SC, right? And if we can build you 3 RCs, that'll do your job. But here's the thing, is in my business I have 5 people working, so that's 5 people, so that's 50 invites that are getting prepared on Sunday. I know that 50 people will be invited to take a look at this business, gently, not pushed, not coerced, but just take a look. And you know what? Some of them join. Every week somebody's joining, and sometimes it's multiple. And that'll be the same for you. If you can build the same relationship with Kelly and a couple of others, you know that on Sunday there's going to be 30 invites that are going to be put together. And 30 people will get invited to your business during that week if they stick to this Purge Call structure. And here's what's interesting, is each one of my 5 know that those 5 slots are in demand. If any one of them can't keep up for whatever reason, and it's perfectly fine, we're not judging, this is not an employment position, but there are people lining up for that spot. And they know if they can't keep up or they don't keep up, I'm going to have to say, ask them to move aside and fill that slot with someone who does want to do it. And it's really interesting. And for those of you who are seniors or ECs on this call, it's a really powerful way to create some real intentionality in your team and some real work and real momentum. It's really good. And it's something that I think would be really good for you, Janet, too. And Kelly could be your first one.
Okay, that sounds like a great idea. And I have another girl that said she would do it too already.
Okay, who was that?
Susan Worrell.
Susan, okay.
She drove. She's been in the business 2 months, and she drove. She's quit her job because just the circumstances. She's working Ambit. She drove to the power trip 2 days up and then drove 2 days back.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that girl is committed. But if she's already quit her job, then she needs, for you to kind of put Ambit in a job environment for her is exactly what she needs. I think, and the way to do it, Janet, is to say, look, I want to get together. I've got something really special I want to offer you. This is both for Kelly and Susan. To say, here's the deal. First of all, explain what your goal is. They know what your why is already, but say, look, my goal is I need to get from RC to SC, and the way to do that is to build 3 RCs in my business. And here's what I'm doing. I am picking the best 3 folks from my business to work with them on a one-to-one basis all the way through to the promotion that we're talking about, which in your case is RC. In my case, my 5, I'm working with them all the way through to EC. I'm building every one of those 5 all the way through to EC.
Wow.
And you can do exactly the same thing, but you're going to need to, and the great thing is as well, it will make you accountable, because if you're going to ask them to do this and you're offering this, you better be available for them on Sunday to help them create their invites and then be there for them during the week as their accountability calls.
Yeah. That'll be
it's a great way to
build
structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And all you need to do is to apply what I've helped you with this week. And of course, if you're doing it and you need a bit of help or want me to guest on one of those calls for you, just to stand in and help you, I'd be happy to do that. So that's a great way for you to get to SC. That is a really structured way to get to SC. I promise you, and it works. My team right now is growing. I've got not one of my 5 in the nicest possible way are rock stars. Not one of them. But every single one of them is doing what they need to do every day, day after day, day after day. And as Darren Hardy's compound effect says, that's all you need to do is just a little bit every day, and it compounds and compounds and compounds. And the work they're doing now, all of them have got a chance to get to fast track to EC.
Okay.
So, and again, it's not because of rock stars, it's not because of the perfect invites, it's not because of this, it's because they're just doing the basic things they need to do every day. And so if you're able to do that with your team, if the folks who are listening to the call are able to do that with their team, find the 3 or 5 people that they need to do to get to the next promotion, then that's perfect. So RCs, you need to find 3 people. SCs, you need to find 5 people who you're going to take to SC with you. Now, probably there'll be other SCs that are forming within those 5 SCs that you've got. But hey, nothing like overachieving, right? But find your 5 and work with them on a purge week every week. Plug them into this call, and you'll get there. I promise you. Guaranteed. Money back guarantee. Order within the next 10 minutes, and I'll give you double. Oh, dear. All right, I don't know if that's helpful to you, but I truly believe that's good leadership training as well. So we're not just doing the, between you and I. This is good training for you to get from RC to SC too.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Okay.
All right. Okay, my lovely. So let's see if we can have a good day tomorrow. And as I say, borrow a little bit of time. And I don't mean to steal your time away from Rick on Saturday. And I apologize up front, but I'm just doing my job as your accountability partner. As you say, as your a servant, servant leader, happy, we've got to do what we need to do to get those 10 names all invited.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
All right, any more questions, lovely?
No, that's all.
Fantastic. All right, lovely. Well, okay, so same time, same place. Well, probably a little earlier tomorrow. Is that okay?
Sure, that sounds great.
Fantastic. All right, my lovely. Have a great Friday, great rest of the evening and a great Friday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, anytime. Thank you, lovely.